Okay, so I wanted to get into this real quick, and I wanted to share this because I thought this was beautiful. I really thought this was absolutely beautiful, and this is a thoughtful reminder. Okay, from Christiane North Up. Okay, so she says here, dear friends. Okay, the fear and anxiety caused by the possibility of war are the biggest health challenges we face right now. As a physician, I know full well emotions such as fear and anger impede on the healing process, and if held long enough, actually lock us into a vicious cycle that produces more pain than fear. This can wreak havoc on our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. This does not have to be the case, though. See, there are very specific things that each of us can do now to help prevent war and at the time create peace at the same time. In our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. I was strongly reminded of this week, okay, because they're hearing about things on the news and they're wanting to know, like, if they should gather up canned goods and things like that, okay? And, you know, um, pay attention to the inner guidance, okay? So, um, the current global situation, okay, that they would like us to think about is different from how we would like you to think about it, you know. So we want a world that leads to healing and peace, not further conflict. Shared with them my unshakable belief that each of us have the power through our thoughts, our emotions, to influence the energy of the planet in a way that helps prevent further conflict and also creates peace. Here's what you could do. Okay? Use your thoughts wisely. I learned, see, this is me personally. I learned that sometimes your thoughts aren't always your own thoughts. And you cannot control your thoughts sometimes due to your past lives, okay? Whether it be or due to your surroundings, okay? So, but one thing is for sure, thoughts have a tendency to, create your reality, okay? Your thoughts become the physical equivalent to what you physically experience. So this is one of the fundamental laws of the universe. It's like law of attraction. Okay? The kind of consciousness that you hold, your vibration, creates the kind of life that you are living. It's impossible to create peace and harmony if you're pushing up against a war. So it's impossible to create peace and harmony if you're condemning, say, somebody like George Bush, Dick Cheney, Colin Powell, etc., she said. Which is a very good point because it's like traps. It's like the universe sending you traps. Hey, if I am you and you are me, why would I condemn you if you're my brother? Why would I condemn you if you've done wrong? I've done wrong before in my life too. Do I agree with what you do? No. No. Do I agree with what Joe Biden has done? No. Absolutely, positively not. Or with any other of them. Any other of the ones you want to say, okay? See, I don't agree with them, but if I you hear these people talking about hang them, execute them, hang them by a tree, okay? Hang them on a rope, execute them. Are you out of your mind? Seriously, are you out of your mind? I got to learn not to indulge in these situations. My twin flame was telling me, hey, don't do that. Not everybody wants to be unplugged. Okay, so and it's not good for my energy. So if I'm contributing to an energy that creates war and like this embattled mentality, this is the split that's in our nation right now. It's about war. It's creating more of the energy of war. This is what the news wants. This is what the news wants, okay? So it's not possible to fight for peace without creating war. So to create peace, you have to be peaceful. That's the only way to stop war. The real war is to follow the law of the Lord and to start within yourself. So me being from a warrior tribe, me being a warrior myself, me being the ultimate warrior, right? The ultimate warrior, always stuck, always fighting, always trying to climb and fight my way up out of things. Not knowing who my enemies are, not knowing who my friends are. See, the world around me created this, you know. So I gotta learn to just let it go. Let it go. Hey, the only way to stay peaceful is to concentrate on what brings me peace, what brings you peace, and resist this downward spiral of negative emotions that blames others for my lack of peace. So that which I give, that to which you give to others. So there's no. So let's create, like, a peaceful imagination, and imagine, like, say, a year from now the economy is flourishing. Say George Bush is radiantly healthy. The governments of the free world are all cooperating to ensure global harmony and peace. Say Saddam and bin Laden and their influence have disappeared from the planet. Imagine all our soldiers back home reunited with their families. Imagine a global village which all of us can travel freely and joyously to, an understanding and acceptance of each other's cultures and us being as one. When thinking about Iraq or North Korea, imagine the women and children. Send your energy and compassion to them. Do not try to change the men of these countries. In fact, do not even give them any thought, lest you energize them. See, when you give a thought to this stuff, it energizes something. When you give a thought to somebody, it gives them energy. And I will say, I'm completely for good and what Trump is doing. See, Trump is smart. Let me tell you why he's smart, okay? Because he knows ways for you to keep giving him energy. He's smart like that. He's very smart like that. So, withdraw this energy. So, no longer feed stuff that doesn't serve you. So, and dozens of studies have documented the fact that our thoughts can and do affect others in profound and measurable ways. So, when a critical mass of individuals was brought together to practice transcendental meditation in various areas of the world, there was a measurable decrease in the number of violent crimes, suicide, terrorist attacks, even international conflicts worldwide. So, this is called Maharshi technology of the unified field. So, and the positive effect of prayer, and everything to yeast cells, okay? The yeast, cells in other beings. So prayer absolutely works. God says, I send my word out on a wing, and it shall not return to me void. So, and my sheep hear the sound of my voice, and to them, they will not listen to another, will not follow another. So even the birds listen to my voice. The whole universe listens to your voice, okay? The word is the world, right? So let's imagine all the angels and non-physical beings who are working on the other side to protect and uplift us all. To know that they can only do so in an atmosphere of compassion and not condemnation. See, that's why love is the only thing that matters. Love is the only thing that transcends time. Love comes in so many different ways. So the Bible says, these are kind of like the fruits of the Spirit, okay? compassion, not condemnation, gentleness, meekness, whatever. So the energy of condemnation will prevent them from connecting with the hearts of those who most need their inspiration and love. There's a lot of people who need inspiration and love right now. And a lot of people need one another right now. So when you gotta avoid watching the news. I don't have cable where I'm at, and I'm kind of happy about it. And reading the newspapers, headlines are designed to keep you afraid and disempowered so that you will buy and watch more TV, consume, get hooked on the news, because you're waiting for some official guidance that will keep you safe and secure. So I'm hearing a lot about JFK Jr., okay, and the witness protection program. Am I safe and secure? I don't feel safe and secure when I walk out my door. See, if you were me and you knew a little bit about, if you knew me, I really don't care, if you think you know me, you don't. But if you went outside, and when you go outside, there's accidents happening, you see things for what they are. You know that somebody or something is attempting to attack you in some kind of way, maybe climb over walls in a spiritual way. Okay, so I know this being a targeted individual. Some of those who aren't targeted individuals don't understand this. Okay, so I got to be in the Truman Show and be a targeted individual. Let me tell you something. It's hell. Okay, and I wouldn't wish it upon anyone. Okay, it's something I'm used to. So I don't fear for my life. I don't fear what man can do to me. I don't fear what man can do to the body. I know this body, and this car. I know my bar. I know my car. Okay, I know who I am now. And so it's not. Look, see, they get you hooked on the news, so make you feeling like you're safe and secure. Okay, it's not the way the media is set up. The media is designed to get you riled up so that you tune in and remain in the chain of pain. The only lasting safety and security come from peace, which you create within yourself. What is safe for one person may be dangerous for another. So remember all the hundreds of stories from 9/11. See, a lot of things are pointing to 9/11 right now with me. So about the people who were supposed to be at the World Trade Center, but for hundreds of different reasons, they just weren't that day. Tune into how you were feeling when you severed the influence of the mass media. What happened on September 11th was a mass media just manipulation of all sorts. It had multiple evil designs to it. It's one of the reasons why we are entangled the way that we are. So we're working this way out of disentanglement, okay? Where how everything is so weird and connected and doesn't make any sense to, back and returning to oneness. So we know that when you're tuned into your heart, your inner wisdom, and God, your energy lightens up. Okay? We call that malamu. Okay? Where I'm from. Your vibration literally changes. We spark. We shine. We sparkle. You become a beacon of light and peace. Okay? So you give light to your light body. You are no longer a shadow, but a light, a glowing light, right? See, there's an old saying that the rising tide lifts all boats, but it won't raise a stone. See, the storm comes, but right, stop looking and thinking about the stones. Join me in raising the tide. Remember the words of the great Mahatma Gandhi, when in despair. All throughout history, the way of truth and love is always won. There's been tyrants, there's been murderers. For a time, they seem invincible. To you, does it make it seem like, these men that you see on the news are invincible? You see what the world and the media has turned things into. But in the end, they will always fall. So that's a warm message. So another message I wanted to share real quick. So it's the end of the world as we know it, and we feel fine. This is Aluna Joy Yakayin. Okay, so she says this, and when I read this, I was like, wow, this is me. This is exactly me right here. Okay. See, I don't think I've been more uncomfortable in my body than the last 3 weeks. She says so. I felt that way for the last 3 years, my sister. So since March 2006 has been very difficult for many sensitive ones around the world. The month of May hit us hard with some past life clearings and remembrances. Okay, and she says, huge piece of the puzzle that has been 20 years in the remembering. We are really beginning to dig into the bottom issues right now. We are at the core. We have arrived at ground zero for the ending age. The energy that I've been feeling now, even though this message is from 2006, please understand this because we are there. We are there. This is exactly the same point in time. So, the energy that I've been feeling the last week has taken a energy that I felt prior to the 9/11 attacks. The energy that I felt was like I had a baseball in my stomach and disappeared after attacks were over. See, spiritual people feel the earth changes. They can actually predict and process through quantum processing different events because humans are affected on a physical scale as well as a spiritual scale. Humans don't realize that they are attached to the spiritual world. They don't realize that. CERN discovered that when searching for the glue of the universe. Okay? CERN discovered that when searching for the glue of the universe. So your legs get stiff, they ache, you feel out of place, your skin is, it's something that us spiritual people only feel. So it was the REM song, it's the end of the world as we know it, and we feel fine, so the world is on edge. So a lot of people think that the world is ending. It's not ending. It's shifting from what we know as reality into something brand new. So the wilderness is going to blossom as the rose in the Book of Mormon, it says. So even the dogs feel this. So this new energy is hard to track. This energy that we're in, that she's saying, it's crazy because I'm feeling a little. It's like smelling a rose without ever smelling one before. Trying to explain what it smells like, but never smelling one before. It's frustrating and exhausting. Okay, so this world has reached, and the negative has accelerated to a critical point where you see everything crumbling around you. Don't you look around and see everything crumbling? But so has the positive. The simple nature of being in a dualistic world, the negative must balance the positive must balance the negative. This is a huge sign that we as a collective conscious of humans have made huge leaps. So this is a time where we will walk and live our truth to the fullest. Not to live in fear, but to live in love and act with love. And you see, fear is from a mechanical mind. See, it's from a beastly mind. It's from that AI part of you. Okay? And it's not who we really are at all. We are everything. Since we are manifesting in a dualistic world, we have two sides within us. Yeah, we have both positive and negative sides. I embrace all sides. But our higher selves are not mechanical. They're not robots. They don't see the battle of duality. Okay? So when you feed this war, David said, when I speak, I am for peace. When they speak, they are for war. Okay? So that's the mechanical side. So what's on your attention right now? Victory or the world ending? So when the age does and will shift, which we are in the new age of Aquarius, what side you feed, what wolf you feed, okay, you will end up. So you are a creator in this. You either let the universe play you or you play it. Okay. Peace and love, and not let the roar of negative things distract us. For we know that Satan runs around as a roaring lion, waiting and to deceive anyone and accuse anyone. So the reason why the reason why I shared that was because this is in September of this is actually, today in 2006, and it just so happened to be on my mind. So I wanted to share that with you guys, and God bless.